So following up from the last video, where I preempted, I guess, about you know, if you're in your 50s or 60s and you know, you might want to consider dating a woman who's, you know, 30 plus rather than go for the younger ones. So we're going to do a bit of a chat on that today. So I hope you'll stay tuned and we'll get to it. So a lot of Western men, they'll retire, you know, in their 50s, 60s, and they might trot off to the Philippines either to retire there, or they might go there just for a vacation. So, and when they're there, they might be looking for a relationship with a Filipina. You know, they've had their whole working life. They're getting a bit older. They might want the companionship. They might still want the love in a relationship. And so they start looking, and then all of a sudden you get these 20-year-old girls that are interested in you, and you get rather flattered by that, and you might start dating them for that reason, that you're flattered because they're interested in you. You never thought you'd be able to date a young, beautiful woman. But here's the thing. You've got to put your ego aside, and you've got to start to think with common sense and be a bit realistic. Now, when a girl is in, you know, 20, 21, 22, they're still very young. A lot of them are still very immature in a sense. They're still learning who they are in life and where they want to go in life and what they want to get out of life. They don't know about relationships. They haven't had the experiences that a 50-plus-year-old man has had in relationships, the heartbreaks, the good times, the bad times, you know, when to stay together, when to not to, all those things, you know, financial difficulties, all that sort of stuff. They don't understand that. They don't see that. And to me, if you're going to date a 20-year-old woman, you're looking for trouble. In that sense, you're starting to look. There's of course exceptions to every rule, as I preempted in that last video as well. So the advantages, I guess, of dating a 30-plus-year-old woman is, you know, if you're 50, 60, they're still looking pretty damn good. You know, when you're 50, 60, there's still very attractive women, 30, 35-year-olds that have had their life in a lot of sense. They've experienced a lot of things in their life. They might have work, they might have had family already. They're a lot more settled in the way they approach life, and they know what they want and where they're going and how to get it. And they don't necessarily they're chasing you for your money, which is very important, because they might be already set up. They might have their own little house somewhere. You know, as I say, they're working, and they're not looking for that money aspect. You know, of course, you know, if that comes in a relationship, and then they get that a little bit out of that, well, that's fine and dandy. But overall, the 30-plus-year-olds are a lot more settled, and the chances of your relationship working are going to be a lot better. You have to remember that you're in a different stage of your life to what a 20-year-old will be. The 20-year-old, she probably wants to go out with friends and party and, you know, all that sort of thing. And again, not all of them want to do that, but I think a great majority do. So you're at a different level, if you like, or you're going at different speeds. And if you're different, if the differences there are not meeting, you know, then there's of course going to be problems. You don't want to be, as a 50 or 60-year-old, you don't want to be going out to nightclubs and all that. Well, you might, but I think most of us, we don't want that. We're more looking for a quieter life with a settled woman at home, you know, and enjoy our time. And you've got to remember that if you are dating a 30-plus-year-old woman, it's likely she's got kids, or, you know, at least one kid or two kids. And you've got to be accepting of that fact as well. But the benefits there is that the kids probably already, you know, 8, 9, 10, 11 years old, maybe more, maybe even up to 15-year-old. So you don't have to do all that baby stuff that you once would have done if you start from scratch. And to a lot of men in their 50s and 60s, that's a big thing. A lot of us don't want to be going through that again at our age. So that's a point as well that you've got to take into consideration. A younger woman, 20-year-old, she hasn't had a kid yet. She might not have had a kid yet, but she's looking to have a family. So are you prepared to go through that whole thing? The babies, the nappies, the prams, strollers, taking them around everywhere, the crying at night, all this sort of stuff. Are you prepared for that? Well, you got to think of those things as well. So definitely advantages there with the 30-plus-year-olds. So if you're a 50-year-old plus man and you're in the Philippines looking for a relationship, or you're in a Western country and you're looking for a relationship with a woman, bear that in mind. When all these 20-year-olds come rushing at you to try and get to date you on the internet, or if you're over there and you're meeting them, think again. Start to think a bit smarter. And what is the best likelihood for your new relationship to succeed? Is it with a 20-year-old or is it with a 30-plus-year-old? That's what you got to think about. All right, guys. Thanks very much. Hope you got something out of the video. If you liked it, hit the like button. Thumbs up. If you think someone could use this video, share it with them. I want to hear your comments below about this and what your thoughts are on this, as well as subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the notification bell for more videos. Thanks. We've had quite a few new subscribers recently, so thank you very much to the new subscribers. We hope that you stick around. We've got some really cool stuff coming up. And to the subscribers who have been with me for some time, your support, ongoing support, is very, very much appreciated. Thank you all, guys. God bless. Take care. Bye-bye.